Hi, this is Brett from Nuggets Dungeon Terrain, and today we're going to look at Wastelands Highway. This is a cooperative dungeon crawler game for 1 to 4 players. Each player will control at least one character, and every character is made up of a vehicle and a driver. In this demo game, I'll just be playing solo with 2 characters, the Yank Tank and the Hunter. You could think of those as the archetypal tank and fighter in a normal dungeon crawler game. Many of the rules will be similar to my first game, Hunter-Gatherer. Included in this is the activation dice. Each of these characters starts off with 46 activation dice, and depending on what they roll, they open up different possibilities to move and attack. Random events can happen. This could include traps, hazards like a dust storm, ambushes from different enemy, and even finding some gear. Events will occur in a 2-player game if both players roll at least 1-1. Here both players are starting with their back wheels on the first map edge, and all that's available to them on their first turn is to move. I'm playing level 1, mission 1, finding crew, and their aim is to, through the different random events, find crew members that will help me as I progress through the campaign. Here I did trigger an event, but it was just a dust cloud, and the players had to make a survival test. On this occasion, one of the players failed the test and they lost some of their activation dice. Not very threatening at this stage, but it could become more crucial when enemy appear. The player that passed the test gained a couple of experience points. Experience points are used to level up your characters between missions, and they're also the currency of the game. Get enough experience points and you can upgrade your car and weapons. Here the characters have revealed the next map section. The map section has some rubble terrain. This is randomly placed on the map tile. There's also going to be some enemy appearing. In this case, it's the level 1 enemy. Here in sped up time, you're going to see the battle played out. As the battle continues, you'll see damage appear on the character cards at the bottom. Some of the points will be indicating damage to the vehicle, and some will be damage to the driver. There could also be damage to the crew, and which of these areas is determined by rolling on a damage card. Damaging an enemy is much more straightforward. You just have to roll above their armor score and score enough wounds to kill them. You will have noticed that on the left hand side some enemy on foot have appeared. There are 3 types of enemy: on foot, on motorbikes, and vehicles are divided into cars and larger vehicles like war rigs. Unless our mission specifically states it, you don't need to kill all of the enemy that you encounter. The game refers to movement and range in spaces, and each space is an inch. Because this is a more open game that kind of resembles a skirmish, there are no spaces on the board, but because it's a dungeon crawler, I kept the word spaces in just to kind of continue that theme. The characters have left a stronger enemy for dead in the second area, and then as they've progressed into the first area, they've come across a similar one. There's 3 ways that they can approach attacking this vehicle. One is to ram it. Ramming is divided into 2 types of attacks. There is simply impact hits. As long as you move at least 2 spaces, you roll the dice equal to your impact score. If you happen to have a high activation dice, you could change your impact hit into a ram. A lot of ram attacks have added bonuses. Most of them include rolling vehicles over. When you roll over an enemy vehicle, you disable them, and there's a very good chance that you'll destroy it. The second type of attack are close range, something like a sawn-off shotgun blast or a spear throw. And the third type of attack is a longer range, some kind of machine gun, sniper rifle, or some kind of artillery attached to your vehicle. Playing this scenario took me 50 minutes. You have to take into account that I was trying to play it within a small space that would fit underneath the camera, and making lots of camera adjustments as I went along. Let's skip to the next battle, which is on the next map section. In this one, I'm facing two different groups of enemies. There's stronger brute ute and 3 biker mobs. Each of the biker tokens represents 3 different motorbike marauders. Same as the enemy on foot, they represent a group of enemy, not just one person. The Yank Tank's most powerful attack is side machine guns, and that just happened to be where those bikers sat, so it took them out, and then the two of them move on to the next map section. Here I faced a couple of enemy on foot. Not a big problem, maybe just a chance to grab some experience points. Of course, while they're slowing me down, there's a chance that I could get ambushed by other enemy if an event is rolled. Here some more terrain is placed, and I tackle another couple of biker mobs. This time you'll see exactly what I was talking about. Just as I'm about to finish the bikers off, another enemy appears and lines itself up for a ram attack. It's at this point that I realise that my hunter character only has 1 hit left on the vehicle before that becomes destroyed. And seeing as I've already used some of the starting gear to repair it, as well as a first aid kit to heal him, he's very vulnerable to his car going out of action. If a car is destroyed, another character could potentially come and repair it. But otherwise, the driver goes on foot and hopes to escape off the edge of the table. Both of my characters survived the mission. The hunter only just survived, and the Yank Tank was the only one to gain a crew member, therefore a bonus gear roll at the end. Both of the characters finished with just enough experience points to go up a level, and maybe use a little bit extra between missions when they go back to their camp. Thank you for joining me on this playthrough. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of an idea about how it plays. What you just watched was a single mission. Wastelands Highway is a campaign game. There are plenty of things for your characters to do between missions, including leveling up and improving your equipment.